So I've been getting several comments like this one that basically asked me, Jimmy, how do you sing and play electric guitar at the same time? How do you lead worship and play electric guitar? How do you do both things? Like this one here says, hey Jimmy, I love your channel and ministry. Oh, thank you. I just started playing electric guitar, so I have my acoustic skills and I'm trying to figure out how to lead with an electric. So any tips on how to play while leading and not doing too much? Patches you use for song, are they song specifics? What amps do you use? Swells, distortion, all that stuff. Like how do you run your Helix or Stomp while leading? I have a Helix, so tips on when and how to start playing some lead parts while also playing rhythm. That's good to know. And basically all your knowledge about everything electric guitar and worship. Okay, awesome. So what I thought I would do today is I have rehearsal tonight and I have to get ready anyway. So I thought I would bring you along to work with me, show you my process, at least at how I get started to figure out what I'm going to play this week and how I set up my gear, and show you a little bit of the parts and how I go about playing it while I'm singing, because honestly, I keep things very simple. So let's plug it in, let's go. So while it's booting up, let me just tell you, I'm running my HX Stomp. I have this Jet MCX, which I use to control snapshots on the Stomp, and that's the key to keeping things simple. Then I also have the Jet Revelation here that's MIDI controlled, so it can receive MIDI messages, and the Jackson Arrow, Broken Arrow, the Jackson Audio, Broken Arrow, it also receives MIDI messages. But I'm not actually going to do any of that today because, like I said, we're keeping it simple, and this is what I would typically do on a weekend. I also have the Bekos Effects Comp IQ. Great compressor. I got it because it's small. It was black, so it matched my board, and it also packs a lot of different features in this small little enclosure, and it also has like the little readout right there, which I love. So the first thing I do is I look up and I use Music Stand through Planning Center. This is great for being able to lead rehearsals well and see what's coming next and all that stuff. And I see what the set list is. And so I have Love of the Father coming first. Then we have Redeemed by the Blood of the Lamb. Love of the Father was new last week, so this is a new song, actually 2 weeks ago. And then Redeemed by the Blood of the Lamb is also new. I think that was last month's new song. Then after the message, we're doing Holy is Our God. It's one of my favorites by Austin Stone. If you're looking on Spotify to listen to it, there's two versions. One is the Jimmy McNeil version. The little thumbnail is green and gray. That's the one. They even have tracks specific to that version, and that's the one I love. And then we're ending the service singing Holy, Holy, Holy a cappella. So really, I only need 3 snapshots. Now, if I were to be playing more songs, I would probably do 2 presets, but today we're only going to be using 1. Now, this preset is adapted from one of my new favorite go-to. If you guys have been around the channel, you know I love the Matchstick Channel 2. That is a very crunchy edge of breakup or just breakup tone. But I also like having a clean option, especially with my humbuckers. And so I have this one that's in the Expanse pack. It's the HW H New Jazz. It's the New Jazz because I have 2 jazz rivet presets in the Expanse pack. If you don't know what the Expanse pack is, it's an ever-growing collection of presets that I'm constantly putting presets that I use in there. This is in there. If you want to check it out and love the sounds that you're hearing today, click the link in the description. You pay once, you get updates for life. It's not a subscription, so go check it out. A lot of good stuff in there. But what I've done is I've copy and pasted this preset up here. You can see here I actually did a few different takes on what I wanted to change, and I ended up with this preset called Sunday. And what I do is I put my Stomp in snapshot mode with the BPM, as far as the BPM is concerned. So I do a song per snapshot rather than a song per preset. So in order to do that, in order for my delays and stuff to change, I need to set my Stomp and make sure, if I go to the global settings, make sure that if I scroll over to MIDI, that tempo select is per snapshot. You have global, preset, and snapshot. Just make sure it's on snapshot. That way when you go from snapshot to snapshot, like I say, the delays can change. So let's look at the delay. This is what I do. I have some of these parameters set up. If you right click, I'll just do while in Flutter, just so you can see. You can set these parameters to change with any of these options, and I would just click snapshot. Now, that can change per snapshot. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to hit none. But I have the note sync, and so the song might call for a dotted eighth or a quarter or whatever. The feedback I like to adjust, the scale because that's fun, and the mix. So those are the things that I like changing per snapshot. And if I click snapshots here, you can actually see things changing based on what I feel the song needs. Now, this is actually already set up because I recorded all this already and I lost the footage. But anyways, we'll still walk through it. Once I figure out what songs we're doing, I label them. I'll show you how to do that real quick. I would just right click, rename, Love, Father. Boom, click save. And then I need to figure out the BPM. So on the chord chart, I look, Love of the Father is 112. As you can see, it's already 112, but if I wanted to change it, I would right click, type in whatever I want, 113. Let's do 112 and save it. Then I go to the next snapshot and do the same thing. Redeemed by the Blood of the Lamb is 81. It's in there. I've already done that. And snapshot 3 is 68 for Holy is Our God. Quick keyboard shortcut. If you're on a Mac, Command 1, 2, or 3 on the HX Stomp, because we have 3 snapshots. We'll pull up quickly your snapshots. I think if you're on a PC, it'd be Control and the number. So you can do that. If you're on your computer, it's just a quick shortcut. I'm using the MCX today to pull up snapshots. So that's how I'm using it. I keep things super simple, and then I leave everything here in stomp mode. And that way I can click on and off effects as I need to. I could use the HX Stomp and use Command Center to bring up MIDI commands in the Broken Arrow and the Revelation, but today, keeping it super simple, I'm the old school where I had a big pedal board and I like clicking on and off things, and so I just leave it pretty simple. Unless there's a specific patch that I know I just really want to start, I want several things to happen at one time, and I know that's the setting I want to when I go to that song, then I would probably do that. I don't think I'm gonna do that today, but I have many more videos. There's a MIDI playlist on the channel. You can go check it out, and I show exactly how to use Command Center with other pedals. So let's go back to snapshot 1, and now is when I would start dialing in my sounds and figuring out what I'm going to play. So I would listen to the song. I've already listened to Love of the Father, and there's no specific lead lines, which is the first thing I look for. Are there any specific lead lines that I need to play that is not played by the piano or another guitar player that I need to play? And today, this week, I'm the only electric guitar player. We do have a piano, but there's no specific lead lines. The only job for me in this first song is to build dynamics by hitting big diamond chords in the chorus. So I'm gonna hook it up and let's hear what it would sound like. Here is my clean tone without the delay. I've been leaving the delay on all the time, kind of like an always on delay. Here's what it sounds like without it. This is just the Jazz Rivet amp. I'll go ahead and show you the settings for this amp. I have the gain all the way up, the drive all the way up. This is a very, very clean amp. I have a little bit of the bright switch, and I change the bright switch per snapshot. If I feel like it's a little too bright, I can always pull that out. And normally on an amp, I would set the drive to snapshots too, but I know I just want to set my amp like I like it, and I like the drive all the way up. The next thing is delay. Delay is always on. I do not have that set up on a foot switch because I'm gonna leave it on all the time. If I don't want it, I can just use the snapshot to bring the mix all the way out, and you won't have any delay. So let's go ahead and turn that on because it'll be on all the time. And let's hear what that sounds like. Lift up your voices. And it's already set to the BPM of the song. The wow and flutter's up pretty high. I love this delay. Listen to the repeats. I love how they trail off like that. Oh, I did want to say that I do have this room reverb. I call it my room slap ambi because it's very thick and ambient, very short decay reverb. It almost gives like a little slap back feel. And I love that. If I was in a big room that already had that kind of echo sound, I could just turn that off, but I like it. So on, then I have my reverb set, my glitz here. Pretty ambient sounding. I have an overdrive, which is the heir apparent with very low gain, and I think I boosted the level a little bit. And then I also have my drives on my board. So I have the Broken Arrow here. A little bit warmer of a drive. And then I have this boost here, which is a treble boost, which I find helps me stand out in the mix. It's kind of thin when you're just listening to the guitar by itself, but it really helps punch the guitar through when you need to. And I like that the boost is on the end because I don't hit many things. I can just kind of have this super wet sound. Yeah, I love that. And then I have the Revelation set up really ambient. I'm on the mod setting. I make sure the control is pretty high, lower mix, somewhere around there. Oh, I also have a chorus if I want to. I like putting my guitar on the fourth position to really clean it up and match it with the reverb, and it sounds just delicious. I love tone. I can sit here and play all day, but we need to move on. So Love of the Father, I've already listened to it. There's no lead line, so let's go to the next one. Now, I would set up the delay like this. I really want a more wet setting on Redeemed by the Blood of the Lamb because there is a lead line, and I want it to stick out a little bit. I put the overdrive on, and I've changed the note sync to a quarter. These capacitive touch switches are great, but if you just barely touch it, it switches. I have a quarter with the scale at 75, which gives you 75% of a quarter, which is a dotted eighth. That sounds like this. Sounds like this. And that lead line is something like this. And that part is actually done with a slide. I don't have a slide. I lost mine, so I would probably just play it straightforward like that. I could bend and like bend up and then play the note and come down, maybe like. Something like that. So that's the lead line from that song, and then other than that, I can play that one because I'm not singing when it comes in. I think this week I'm not planning on singing the song anyways. I have another male vocal and female vocal going to this song, so I'm gonna be freed up to play this lead part. I'm kind of excited about it. But other than that part, I would just be playing rhythm, and what I would do is to throw it back into the neck pickup, maybe bring down my volume on my guitar here and just play some chords. I've noticed lately that for a while I had dialed back the reverb. I go through different phases. I love reverb, but I loved it so much I would use it a lot, and I've been relying more on delay, and I still am doing that. But I've noticed that sometimes the reverb dialed in on in your ears. At home, when you're by yourself, when you play live, it just kind of disappears. It gets swallowed up. You can't even really tell it's on. So I've noticed I've needed to crank my reverb a little more than I would when I'm hearing my tone isolated. So sitting here just hearing this, it might sound like, whoa, that's super wet. And it may be too wet for your taste, but I've noticed in the mix, this is what just helps stick out. I could even put that reverb on. That reverb is very ambient. I usually just save that for swells. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be running for that song. I'll push save and go to snapshot 3. Holy is our God. Now this one, yeah, this is clean. I'm going to be playing something like. If you don't know this song, go check it out. I love it. But I can tell I want some more drive. Let's do some more drive. I love that. So it's high drive, but I have it on the neck pickup. And I'm finger picking, which is probably what I'll do tonight. So it's kind of still has that bite to it, but it's not overbearing, and it's super ambient. You hear that delay going on forever. Again, I have a quarter with a dotted eighth underneath it. I just love how that. Obviously, when you're listening to that, like just in isolation, it sounds like a lot, but in a mix, oh, it sounds so good. And that's probably what I would do, especially at the beginning, and then I can strum those chords, but let me zoom in here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm basically just playing triads. and I'm playing the 1, the 3, and the 5 sometimes. Sometimes I just play the 1 and the 3. So that would be like the E minor here, where E, so the high E. You can play the 5, and then the 3 here. Except I hit the wrong string, the 3 here. Oh, same note. Anyways. And then I bring it down to the D. That's just the 1 and the 3. If I add the 5. One thing I like doing is playing single note lead lines, but in this case I like the chords, how they mesh together, and they kind of causes a little bit more just thickness. So if I were to just do a single note, it'd be like, which I could do, but it just sounds better. And then once it's time to strum, I can go. Actually, I would probably turn off that when I'm going to sing the Holy, holy, holy is our God. And then I'd kick it back on if I was gonna go. See what it sounds like with the bridge pickup. I might would even just play chords at that point. If I had somebody else playing that higher register, I could just go. So yeah, so after that we're just singing Holy, Holy, Holy a cappella. I might do a little bit of swelling at the beginning, turn on my Revelation, and I could... And I've just been doing swells with my volume knob. Yeah, so that's pretty much my process. I hope that was helpful for you. That's just like the beginning. I actually need to go practice more now, but that's how I get started. I use snapshots per song. I plug in my BPMs. I kind of set, certain parameters up on snapshots that I want triggered, especially delay. I could also do that with drives. If I wanted to pull back my drive, I could do that. I didn't do that with this preset because I kind of like the way it's set up. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, leave me a comment down below. If there's something I didn't cover that you want me to cover, I can definitely make another video, and I would love to do that for you guys. So let me know, like the video, and yeah, gotta get to work. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.